Welcome, folks, to another ISRT Tandoori Spice Race. It's Friday evening in India. We have the C category race that we're looking at right now. The map is Duchy Estate, and we have quite a few folks from India participating in this event today. Another minute and a half before the race starts. Okay, here we go. It's gonna be a hard start. Everyone's gonna be pushing out some heavy power. We're looking at Mauli right now, 400, 450 watts. Sanjeev Ramki throwing out some major wattage right now, over 5 watts per kilo. Albert, also from Chennai, 500 watts. Man, the first minute is pretty hard. Let's look at Michael Joseph. Solid numbers. Okay, it's a good hard start, as always. The first minute of Zwift is always going to be crazy hard. If you manage to hold that power, then you're good for a while. Wow, Albert has made up some major ground. We have quite a few Indians in the front bunch, so that's a good sign. Good start. Let them settle in, and then we'll catch back up. Alright, looks like the bunch is kind of settled in. They formed a nice little group over here. We have Mowli, we have Michael. Um, I guess this is Akash. I'm not sure if that's right or wrong. We have M. Dole from ISRT team. Okay, Albert's dropped. And so has Sanjeev Ramki. Tough luck. Looks like Karthik is also dropped from the ISRT team. So the front bunch, we have Michael and Mowli from Chennai and a couple of guys from the ISRT team. Alright, let's jump over to the B Cat and see how things are going. We have Deepak Kumar also from ISRT. Looks like he's dropped. Bunch is about 36 seconds ahead of him. A Heyanki, he's also from the ISRT team, I guess. He's doing pretty well. Do we have anyone in A Cat from India? No, we don't. Alright, D we have A Shanmugam, he's dropped. He's also dropped. This is Bindia, she's also from Chennai. I guess she's formed a little group with Karthik Raja. Or, no, I'm wrong. This is Karthik Raja. So Karthik is with the front bunch, it looks like, from the DCAT. So good for him. Let's move back to C. Alright. 20-second gap between Albert and the front bunch. Okay, the front bunch is settled in. We have Mowli and Michael. And M. Dhol and Akash. Let's watch these guys for a little bit. So we have one more person dropping. I guess the pace is just too hard. This map is going to be a little bit different from the previous ones. There's a little bit more climbing involved. Um, so yeah, if you have good power to weight ratio, then you're going to be fine. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty hard. All right. So we still have a couple of guys in the front bunch, and the C cat is usually a really fun cat to watch. It's really competitive, and our guys have been doing really well here as well. The B cat, we have a few guys who've been doing well, but it's really hard. The competition across the world in Zwift is just tremendous, and Yeah, it's just always hard. I mean, all races are hard, but in Zwift, it's all about watt per kilo. And if you don't have that power to stay with them when the kickers hit or when the climb starts, then you're going to have a really tough time. So, oh, looks like Bindya is going to be reeling in Karthik Raja. She's managed to form a little group with, I guess, Sullivan, and Karthik Raja is just ahead, right up the road, about 7 seconds ahead. So good job, good on her. So the thing with these various categories, if you manage to find anyone from any other category who's riding close to you, like for instance, if Albert manages to bridge across to Karthik, he should be able to utilize the draft and form a little group with him. So let's see how that goes for him. Back to the front bunch for CCAT, and we have the usual suspects. They're still in the front bunch and they're doing well, so good job for them. Looks like the pace is getting hot. It's getting stretched out. Yeah, it's getting stretched out. I hope these guys can hold on to them. Some of some of the guys up front are pulling away, so or they might be from the B or A cats, so that doesn't matter. But this is a really good opportunity for the C cat guys if they manage to bridge across to those A or B guys and hold on to them. They should be able to utilize the draft and pull away as well. So a lot of in-game tactics possible. See how it's getting strung out right as you're coming up to the top of the climb. That's where sometimes people tend to make the break and the selection is formed. Looks like this bunch is slowly getting split up. Um, a couple of guys, Choi and Gervin, have a 2 second gap in the CCAT. Let's see if Indian guys can catch back up. And Bindya has managed to catch back onto Karthik Raja, so that's great on her. So now they formed a little group over here, Sullivan, Bindya, and Karthik. Um, the larger the group, the better. You tend to form a little draft effect, and the game Zwift, it's just designed that way. You always travel faster in a group. Karthik is putting out some solid power across this little climb over here. He's got a little gap on Sullivan and Bindya, so I wanted to talk a little bit about Albert's bike setup. That's looks like a tarmac, the SL5, and he's got the lightweight wheels, which means he managed to do the Alp to Zwift and got lucky with the wheels. Um, yeah, if you guys know what I'm talking about, Alp to Zwift is Zwift's version of um, Alp to S, and if you climb it up at the end when you cross the banner, it offers you, like an opportunity to win these wheels, and these are the fastest wheels in this game. You don't have an opportunity to buy this in the drop shop, so you might have been riding for 40 or level 40 or level 50 or whatever it is, but you cannot buy these wheels. You need to earn them. So it's kind of like a hit and miss. So looks like Albert got lucky with one of his trips up Alpe d'Huez. So congrats to him on that. All I've ever gotten is gloves or helmets or something like that, which is pretty useless. Anyhow, okay, back to C, and looks like Michael is getting dropped over here. The group is slowly separating themselves from him. He- I hope he manages to put out some power and catch back on. All he needs is one sharp effort right now. They're just like 2 or 3 seconds ahead. If he can do that, he can jump across and then he'll be fine. Um, okay, and that's not happening. It's He's consistent at 220 watts, 230 watts. Um, yeah, that's it. I guess he's done. 70 watts, 75. All right, so we have one more person getting spit out from the back of the front group for the front peloton. And we have Mauli, who's in second right now. A bunch of ACAT guys. You just saw them whiz past C and C category, and it just shows how fit they are in terms of watt per kilo. Um, it's just insane. There's no way, if you have any sort of ego and you think that you're a good rider or a good racer, you come to Zwift and participate in these races, and you'll understand where you belong. It's just insane. Mauli's doing really well right now. He's sitting with the first bunch, the first few guys, and I guess we still have Akash. I might be wrong, but I think this is Akash. So we have Mauli and Akash from India sitting in the front bunch in CCAT, and they're doing really well. Another important thing which works really well in Zwift is maintaining good cadence. Um, So I'm in Chennai, and in Chennai you pretty much don't have anything. You can go for a 150-kilometer ride and come back with 20 meters of elevation. So there's hardly any elevation anywhere. So you can have any sort of cadence and get some good speed. You could have 65 RPM as your overall ride average and have good speeds. Um, but typically, if you go to the hills, if you're grinding, you're going to suffer. So you see all these mountain goats who train in the hills, or even the pros when they go training, they always try to maintain a good cadence of 90 and above. One good thing that we are noticing here is Mowgli's managing to keep up some good cadence. Probably one of the big reasons why he's doing well and he's able to stick with the front bunch. Let's see what Akash is doing. He's also doing some good RPM, good cadence, but looks like he just got dropped. He just got spit out. Um, there's a 5-second gap between the front bunch with Mowgli and the second bunch, following bunch. So yeah, if you want to be good at Zwift racing, practice having a good consistent cadence of 90 RPM at least. So yeah, gear selection is really important, really crucial. And for those who have a smart trainer, um, it depends on what your trainer difficulty is going to be at. But yeah, if you can manage to find that setting that works for you, you should be able to do really well. I know some folks have, the whole 9 yards. They have the climb and uh, the kicker and um, the headwind and all those things. It's really fun. So it gives you a really awesome experience when you're racing. Yeah, so 88, 87, 80, 88 RPM, 340 watts. That's solid numbers right there by Mowgli. Good job on him. Looks like it's a lonely ride for Deepak Kumar. He's a strong rider. But yeah, BCAT is pretty tough. It's just they throw way more attacks, and at that point, it's all about the watts per kilo. And if you're able to react to it, um, so yeah. Oh, looks like the first two bunches and the CCAT managed to merge. So that's good for Akash. We have again now we have two Indians in the front bunch in CCAT. So good news again. And talking about bikes, looks like we have three Tarmac SL7s over here and a Tron bike. If you guys didn't know what a Tron bike is, it's if, there's a movie called Tron, and I'm sure a few of you might know what I'm talking about. So the shiny yellow wheeled vehicle over here, that's called the Tron bike. You again don't have an opportunity to buy this. You have to do a certain achievement by uh, to be able to get this bike. Um, and I believe it is signing up for the Everesting challenge. Not the Everesting challenge. I think you need to Everest 50,000 meters um, within this game, and once you do that, you should be able to unlock that. This is really nice to watch. So we have A Hyanki. He's in the B cat and he's sitting in second, third position right now. So looks like, yeah, one guy's up ahead by 19 seconds from China. But if Hyanki can stick with this guy, he should be able to get on the podium. And after all the watt per kilo or non-HR related disqualifications, he might even get up to first or second. So that's great news. We're on to the last lap finishing stages. So looks like this bunch is getting spread out. Um, we had the ACAT guys pass by, and that always creates confusion. If you're not watching the side panel with the list of riders that's in the different cats, you tend to think that someone from your cat, is trying to pull away. So that's again wasted energy. These guys are doing some pretty hard efforts right now to get catch back onto the guys up ahead. That's fantastic. So looks like they formed a small, nice little bunch with a couple of A-cat riders. So that's always going to be good for these C-cat riders because the larger the bunch, the faster you go. And the A-cat riders are going to always be putting out some solid power. So that's always good news. So if you have a smart trainer and you're racing in one of these Zwift races, um, it's really important to shift gears as you're about to hit the climbs. If you start grinding and then you start changing gears, you're just going to have a lot of loss in terms of power and efficiency, and that's going to load up lactic acid in your legs. So you never want that. So always start shifting just before you're going to hit the climb. um, and it's really hard to do because you need to know where the climb's going to start, so you need to be really well aware of this map, of every map that you're actually in Zwift. um, so if you know it well, you can handle the climbs really well and hit it on the right RPM in terms of cadence, and maintain fresh legs as you climb. Mauli's doing some hard work right here, along with Akash. These two guys are trying to catch back onto the A-Cat guys. And looks like Mauli's making a break for it, putting out some solid power. Fantastic. And he got a new PR. Fantastic. So looks like Mauli came either second or third. Um, Congrats to him, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the commentary, and I'll catch you guys back next week. Cheers.